summertime fun. For many of us, it's about getting on a plane and landing in paradise. But for others, it can be a one-way ticket to hell that can start at the airport as soon as you check your bags.
I think I realized something was wrong when I saw the line forming, and then it really sank in when the security guards started coming in.
Just a few weeks ago, Nora Lowe of San Diego was among thousands of British Airways passengers flying out of London's Heathrow Airport, only to find when she landed there was a computer glitch and her luggage was missing.
It's horrible. For 4 days, British Airways didn't ship any luggage. They told me about 40,000 bags have been misplaced.
Did she say 40,000 bags? Nora was flying from a 2-week business trip in Amsterdam to her brother's birthday celebration in Lake Tahoe.
It completely ruined my vacation. I had about $4,000 worth of clothing in it. Not only did their customer service stop taking phone calls,
Please hang up and try your call again.
their voicemail filled up and they weren't allowing you to leave a message.
She says days go by with no answers, so Nora wages her own war against the airline. Her ammunition? Tweets.
I just started tweeting. That's when I started to realize that there was other people that were tweeting the same, and we formed a little army and just kept retweeting.
Did it work? We'll see. Last October, Megan McCord, an Atlanta jewelry designer, had a similar hellish experience when she says she packed about $6,000 worth of her precious jewels in the suitcase she checked. Were you nervous about the idea of checking your bag with jewelry in it?
I just sort of thought, it'll be okay. Can't carry all this stuff because it's heavy.
At the baggage carousel, anxiety.
Waiting, and then this bag never showed.
Megan was flabbergasted, but that doesn't surprise this guy. He's a professional baggage handler.
What is one of the biggest misconceptions that we have about how our bags are handled?
That we care.
William Henry has worked as a so-called rampy for 13 years. In his book, The American-Made Baggage Handler, he unloads the dark side of his profession.
You should assume that this bag is going to be handled in the worst way.
Watch. This rampy likes the pushover technique.
Now, I see a lot of these folks have been standing here for quite a while. What's going on back there?
There ain't no rush. As they deliver the bags to the claim, these bags can fall out of the cart onto the ground.
Turbulence on the tarmac, bags rolling down like tumbleweeds. Think life can be better in the front of the plane? Think again. In fact, that first-class priority tag might even make your suitcase more attractive to a sticky-fingered handler.
How does a baggage handler look into a bag? Because I imagine there are cameras all around the airport.
They find places that are not monitored.
Like these guys caught in the act on hidden cameras in the belly of a plane at JFK Airport. This one goes through a wallet and scores cash. This one snags some new headphones.
As long as they got that bag in an area that's undisclosed, unmonitored, unsupervised, they can do what they want with that bag.
Megan knows that for sure. Her missing bag finally arrived her Atlanta home 23 days later with, she says, an unwelcome surprise.
Let's put some gloves on.
Why rubber gloves? Just wait and see.
Did you recognize any of these things?
Well, these are my jeans, and they're turned inside out.
So somebody had worn these?
Yeah, then I find shoes 2 sizes too big.
So this isn't even your shoe?
No. And then here comes the really gross part, and the dirty panties.
Ah, so you found someone else's underwear in your bag?
Pre-worn underwear.
Ew. Okay.
And then comes the jewelry bag. So I open it up, and I was just devastated.
So they took all of your jewelry except for these pieces. So somebody literally took your bag and used it, got rid of your stuff, sort of swapped it out for their own?
Yeah, it felt violating.
In Los Angeles, a massive bust at LA International Airport.
In one of the busiest airports in the U.S., Los Angeles police recently caught baggage handlers red-handed. Chief Gannon headed the sting operation.
The pictures here that you see are the items that were recovered during the search warrants.
And what did they steal out of those bags? Cell phones, iPads, expensive jewelry, Cartier sunglasses, and $1,000 cameras.
I do think that the temptation is great, but when you take into consideration 460 theft reports, and last year it was 67 million passengers, that's really not a lot of thefts.
So how bad is it? Here are some hard numbers. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, more than 99% of checked luggage actually arrives unscathed. But last May alone, there were almost 170,000 reports of mishandled bags in the U.S. That includes damage, delay, loss, and theft. So what's a weary traveler to do to help ensure your luggage arrives safely? First, buy a four-wheeler.
When we load a plane, if it doesn't have the wheels, they'll throw it, kick it, toss it. And with 4 wheels, they can just roll the bag.
Next, find a bag as strong as a tank.
What is this made of?
This is the same material that NFL uses for their shoulder pads and F1 uses for their racing cars.
And as secure as Fort Knox.
Luggage that does not have zippers immediately gives people who steal luggage less options.
Oh, and believe it or not, experts say don't check in too early. Just 60 to 90 minutes before takeoff can help prevent your luggage from being tossed and lost. And if you're really paranoid about keeping track of your bag, technology to the rescue. For $90, you can get a tracking device like TrackDot. I packed it in my bag on a recent trip to LA, and just after landing, ta-da, I got an alert on my phone. My suitcase was in LA too. Ah, the joys of reuniting with your bag. Now back to our unlucky traveler Nora and her Twitter war with British Airways. It's been nearly 2 months and still no luggage.
I've tweeted about this and gotten people to pay attention.
And guess who spots Nora's tweets? We did. That seems to have done the trick.
About an hour later, I got a call from British Airways saying that they were going to help me with my claim.
We reached out to British Airways, who declined to talk on camera, but did tell us this. We're very sorry that Ms. Lowe's luggage was misplaced during a time of disruption at Heathrow. But on the rare occasion we're unable to find a bag, we will make sure a customer is compensated. Well, Nora still doesn't have her bag. But just recently, she finally got a check from British Airways. $1,750 plus a $500 bonus as a goodwill gesture. About half of what she says her bag is worth.
Travel nightmare, lesson learned the hard way. I'm never gonna check a bag ever again.